Okay, let's hope that this works properly tonight. Basically, I had a bit of a shit show of setting things up yesterday, which is unfortunate. Oh shit. End screen? Wrong one. Let's swap that over. Right, I'm going to stay on going live for a sec, just due to the sensitivity of certain websites that happen to have open. Just making sure that everything's working, so give me a couple minutes. And we shall be getting into this lane. I'm just making sure that something is connected. Nice. Good to know. Done on that. Alright, cool. Oh. I think I knocked something off. Yes, I did. Whoops. I'll have to sort that out. Right. I will dick around with stream element stuff later on. Right, are we all in here? We should be. Playing around. I might play around with builds again tonight. I might not. That's why it's in the title of a number of other things. Oh yeah. Let me get that copied. And bung it on there. Yeah, I've just been setting up a couple of small things through Stream Elements. Now, hopefully, what was it? Yeah, hopefully my links actually work now. Should be fine. I hope we're fine. Alright. Oh, can't do stream previews on YouTube, that's fine. What about Twitch? Oh yeah, we good. Alright, cool. Think we all good. Alright. I'm actually going to swap over to me for a sec whilst I sort a couple of little things out. Right. Yep, we all good. Perfect. Can drag that off screen. This is the nice thing about having a camera window in the middle of the screen. It means that I can do things secretly without you guys noticing. Alright, let's do this. I'm going to put some headphones on because sometimes I find that it's nicer to use my PC without headphones. Other times it's just like with headphones is the best. And I kind of just bounce between the two at the moment. Alright, so I've been over to live. Luckily that doesn't take long at all. I actually want to do something with my transitions for my OBS at some point. Make it a bit more interesting rather than just slide to the left. So yeah, I managed to find... Well, apparently when I was going through that phase of like, you know, making characters that look different but are basically the same, you know, when I've been using like the Ring of Change mod. Apparently I did Iristeel, which is really cool because I love her aesthetic. Always have done. So yeah, I actually have a copy of her that works, which is great. I want to figure out... It's funny actually, I got annoyed last night. I decided, fuck this, I'm going to delete the new character that I made. I don't know why I did do things like that though. I must admit. Kind of gets to that point where I'm just like, I don't really need to do that. No, it's more symbolic than anything else. Oh, the characters. Oh, it doesn't matter. I can just make the new character again. It's not that big deal. Oh yeah, I was gonna do that hood thing, wasn't I? You know what? We're gonna start with a bit of mashup stuff. So, for those who don't know what mashups are basically a mixture of like 2 or 3 3D models that normally wouldn't go together. Now, there's this really pretty new outfit for female characters. It's very much designed around like, I want to say like blood mages and vampires. Because, you know, that shit's cool. If I'm gonna be brutally honest. Tell you what, let me open it and I'll show you. So yeah, this is the new outfit. I adore this damn outfit. I must admit, the SMP, so the physics on more particularly the skirt, is a little rigid. It looks like there's not very many bones for it, so the idea is if you want higher quality, you have more bones, so it can flex in more ways and make it look more realistic and natural. I have a feeling that this one's using a very few bones. So what personally what I would want to see is I'd want to see a few extra bones down the skirt just to make it look a bit more realistic. Oh. But one of the things I love about this is the hood. The hood's great, but the way that it's been done for the quote-unquote with hair version is the hood's basically big enough to fit a couple of tighter fitting hairstyles into it, which is fine, but I'm not fine with that personally. I want to try something to possibly make a cool looking hairstyle fit within inside this. So I'm thinking like maybe a ponytail or something like that. Sorry, not ponytail, a braid. So it's coming like from behind, obviously behind your neck, down your shoulder, along one side like that. Because I think it'd look really cool. Whether or not it'll work, debatable. But one of the things I will be doing with it is I will probably make it static so that it doesn't move. Yeah, let's go to hood hair. Oh wow, there's a decent amount of parts in here. Lol. The hood's one part, but the piece of jewellery is a lot of parts. That's fair. I'll colour that, that's fine. So what I'm going to do, I think I'm going to do this as a test. Student. I'm thinking of using one of the BDO hairs that I can't remember the name of. Didn't have do that preview. So maybe not that one. Actually, no, I could do that one. You know, I'm gonna try something basic to start off with because I'm not experienced with this yet. Tell you what, if it's already right. Why do I have two body slides open? I don't need two. So Amelia is this one. Okay, so where are you saved to? Oh, wait a minute. I wonder if there's another Dint hairstyle mod. Dint video. Ah, here we go. BDOR hair. Ah, BDOR hair add-on. That's the one. Right. So everything below that is like collision models and all the extra stuff. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hide these for a sec. So if I tell you what, if I just hide the rest of this, that's just a fringe. Right, good to know. The idea with this is you want to cut off only enough to work. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to hide these because they're unnecessary. So I'm actually going to get rid of all the extra crap, including the virtual stuff. I'm going to probably do one of my things that I've done in the past of making normal outfits. Alright. What I'm going to do on this one is I'm probably going to actually... Oops. Going to do that. And I'm just going to invert it to hopefully... Oh, no, stop it. Let's try that. Okay, that's not too bad. I can just shrink that. Oops. There we go. That could just work. What politicians are you? Slot 31. And you? You're 57. Right, so I'm just going to have to... If I set this to, what? 31 and 41, maybe? No, 31 will be fine, I think. If I have to put 41, I'll just do it in-game. Sorry, in the editor. That's already 31. Good to know. I'm much more chill tonight because I'm actually in my happy spot doing things that I find fun. Last night was terrible, at least from my point of view. I was having problems with setting stuff up, which seems to happen literally before I start stream. So I just decided to do it. Didn't work particularly well, so I decided, you know what, I'm swapping back to the old mode. And then I'm not the easiest person to convince to do things. So I had people in chat trying to convince me to do something, and I was just like, no, I don't really want to do that. I don't like it when people get pushy. I actually genuinely hate it when people get pushy. I'm just like, no, knock it off. Alright, we're going to try that for the time being. So if I put the gems back in. So what we're going to do is we're going to do Control-Shift-S to save as, and we're going to do V2. Hit save. So now that that's all saved, perfect. So there's still going to be the old version. And of course the normal mod organizer thing you have to do. You have to reload Outfit Studio, unless you want to delete something. Like for an example, say working on a character outfit, you hate the old version, and then you don't think you'll ever use it again, just delete it, and that will force update mod or the outfit studio or body slide, depending on which version you use. Well, sorry, it'll first update body slide, not outfit studio, and it'll just pop up. It should be fine. So that's the old one. This is the new one with the hairstyle in there. Now, bearing in mind, this hairstyle should automatically change color to your character's hairstyle, so you shouldn't have a problem with it. Good. Uh-oh. I hope my audio isn't breaking again, because I didn't hear the bongs from that. You know what? Give me just a second, guys. Right, sorry about that. I just decided to restart my Wavelink and Elgato softwares. Ooh, okay, that's a bit weird, but I don't really care if system sounds on showing up. That doesn't bother me. But yeah, I restarted those just in case I'm going to have like audio issues in game, because last night one of the problems I was having was literally my audio for the game was gone completely. I was just like, what the fuck's going on? Oh, I just went into Ghost of Time, not Grievous. Fuck. Oopsie poopsie. There we go. So hood hair. As it's replacing it, I'm going to just do the edits to the hood hair. So we're going to take off slot 57. And we're going to put on slot 31. Oh, wait a minute. One of the things you can do, you drag and drop, it'll overwrite it. And then you don't have to worry about it. Makes it far easier to deal with. So now we do hood hair. Set that to 31 as well. Hit save. We should be good. And saving. Great. I'm just going to rebuild it again just to make damn sure. Once Garen, please don't lose audio. That would really suck if I had to do that again. Okay. Hopefully we don't have audio bugs tonight. Because those are genuinely the most irritating things to track down, especially if you're using like virtual audio software and that kind of stuff. it's, if you think about it, it's like having a volume mixer and all that kind of stuff on your desk with all the tons of cables that it has. So think of having that, but digitally. So the cables don't actually exist, they're just connections. They're basically software connections, which... oh, it just makes it so much harder to deal with. And not gonna lie, half the time you don't want to deal with it. Oh, thank God. Okay, let's load up the outfit on the Ristio. Hopefully she's not naked, I can't remember. We were doing a competition of friends Discord server, and it was a carrot. It's a screenshot that was not safe for work, so that's one of the reasons that I'm just a bit like, uh-oh, please don't say that it's not.
Ravens black on wings of night, 9 world circles in their flight.
Well, before I do that,
Is their call. Tidings brought to ask us all.
if I was going to use it on this character, I'd want the cloth version.
As lightning flash, memory old, a sacred ash. Oaken, mooning, see and hear, whisper all in Odin's ear.
Alright, so there's the main part of the outfit. Oh yeah. Perfect. It works.
And mooning.
If I had the mask, yeah, it looks just as good. Nice. That works very well. Now, personally, I'm not going to use this outfit on this character because it doesn't fit with her normal color scheme. Her normal color scheme is like usually white or very light colors. Because she's a frost mage, that's her entire gig. She likes to tear things apart with magic rather than doing it physically. Now, I didn't think about tweaking on making the... oh no. This might not work. Oh god, am I going to have to make a new face weaver? I hope not. I'm not. I am bloody lucky with this preset. As I always have been. Cool. Alright, so what I want to do is I was talking on stream yesterday evening after I actually finally got into the game and started to have less issues. I was talking about making a new character, and I was thinking I wanted to do a character that would either be as stealthy as I could possibly make. Well, I wanted to make them as stealthy as possible, but also use illusion magic, so be pretty damn sneaky. And use misdirection whenever they needed to, you know, get people off their tail. Yeah, think of tail. That is tempting. Hmm. Problem with Ham's Rat is I can find. There we go. Yeah, the problem with Ohm's Rat is it's a modded race. Now, modded races are fine. Don't get me wrong. Modded races are great. But unless you have everything working perfectly, and when I say perfectly, I'm not even kidding, the race mod will probably bug out at some point. It's like, at least personally, I've had to put in patches for in order to get this race to even sort of work, because I've had this race installed for quite a while, I had to put in a whole boatload of patches just to make sure that it would, the game would recognize it as just like a modified Khajiit race. Tell you what, let me see if I can load up a mirrors preset, see if that actually works. It might not. Okay, that's not the right one. Did I try and remake a mirror? No, me more than possibly. Tell you what, if I go to old presets. Oh god, really? Am I missing them? It's either that or I put them... Let's try that. Let's find a hairstyle that's not going to be taking over the entire appearance of the sec. Okay, it really didn't like that. Fine. So the idea when I was designing this character was they were going to have this outfit and that's it. And maybe a dagger, and that's about it to start off with. Oh yeah, tail. I'm going to sort that out. So Dint's got a whole bunch of really cool looking tails in one of its as one of his mods that I personally love. I can't remember what version I used originally on this character when I first created her. Oh shit. just noticed my character's neck. It's a little bit glitchy. Luckily, if I drop the neck size down to say minus 103. Essentially. And the reason I'm playing this character is because the build that I was looking at was calling for either a Khajiit or a Wood Elf character. Now, personally, I'm not a big fan of Khajiit, of Wood Elf lore. I look at it and I'm just like, alright, it's okay, but it's not really my thing. I mean, it's one of the reasons why I wasn't really interested in, for a while ago, I wasn't really interested in playing in what was it? A druid, I think. Because I thought, oh, I might go Wood Elf if I play a druid, but then yeah, I did a bit of looking into the backstories and all that kind of the background lore for Wood Elves. And it just never really interested me that much. There's a shorter version. Oh, that'll be fine. Tell you what. Where was it? I had a preset that I made. There it is. I think it's this one. Of course, the eyes are fucking massive. I kind of gone off of the super large anime style eyes at the moment. Just bugged me and I was just like, nah, not really my thing. Holy fuck, why is the eye height so low? Okay, well, if I do that... This is going to be basically a modified version of Yuki. I guess I'll just use... maybe that one? Oh, I did something wrong. Whoops. What I'm supposed to do... try loading. Right. What's going on? I tried loading in the other one again. That's fine. I tried doing... I had this very distinctive hair colour for Amira when I first created her. It's basically kind of like that. Kind of a deeper, more gingery auburn style colour. Which personally I really quite like. Oh, you're gonna do that to me, are you? Ugh, right. Sometimes eyes can glitch out a little bit. And no matter what you try, they sometimes just stay like that and stay glitched, and it's really irritating. Okay, let's try that one. I'm fine with a bit more cutesy. I'll admit, in some ways I actually prefer it. I'm fine with cutesy, but I don't like over cutesy. That's why it's actually funny. I tried a cutesy version of the previous character that I was showing off to test the hairstyle, and I didn't like it at all. I was like, this does not work at all for this character. No, I did like it, but then I tried doing a few screenshots with it and with a more serious spin on the character, and I was just like, this doesn't really work that well. Tell you what, let's double check something. Okay, cool. Just wanted to be 100% sure. I don't mind that hairstyle, I must admit. Maybe next time I try doing the fringe thing, I use this hairstyle instead. So in order to, for those wondering, I've modified the hood that comes with the Grievous Rose outfit so that it now has a bit of a fringe for the hair one. Just because I thought it would look better with this character. And even with the mask on. Looks absolutely fine. One thing I do need to test, though, is when I last played a Khajiit, or in this case, Ohm's Rat's character, I had this thing where I wanted to try out making them a vampire, just to see whether or not the system would actually work, because I have had issues in the past with vampire characters. Now, I had Better Vampires on, which is a much more heavy and more intrusive mod. I currently have Sacrosanct, so I'm going to see if that works or not. Okay, gotta grab myself a dagger. Grab me potions. I want calm, bound sword, oak flesh, And I think that's it. Okay. So we're going to do save here. So yeah, character is Ohmsrat.
Speak.
So what I'm going to do, just as a test, I'm going to go to a random vampire cave as my starter. And see what it does. No tweaking, no modifications, just flat out. See what it does. I have a feeling it'll definitely mug my character's appearance. Yeah, broke my character's appearance, for one thing. Let's try this. One way to hopefully recover the appearance is to save, exit to the main menu, and then reload the game. Now, does that work all the time? No. Of course not. This wouldn't be Skyrim if it didn't work. If it worked more than once. And as you can see, character's face is all glitched up. So what I'm going to do is we're going to use the... Oh, hey, look, it's broken. Why am I not surprised? Right, that's one of the reasons that I was worried about using this modded race. Yeah. Okay, that's fine. I guess. Yeah, that unfortunately does happen. Right, good to know. It doesn't like vampirism. Shit. I wonder... Because here's the thing. As I said, I'm not really interested in playing a Wood Elf because I'm not a big fan of their lore. Just personal preference. Never found it to be particularly interesting. But... I am wondering whether Dark Elf might work. You should get a lot more unique interactions as a Dark Elf, at least from what I've seen. I've wanted to start one for ages, but I just never got around to it. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. I mean, don't get me wrong, Wood Elves have really cool stats if you want to play, like, stealthy characters and that kind of stuff. But beyond that, their stats are kind of terrible. They're alright. I mean, they're by far the best looking elf race that I've got installed currently. I mean, bearing in mind, that's without using high poly heads. And that's a default morph for the character's appearance. It's really good. It looks really cool. And one other things is, if you're playing a... If I was playing a vampire, for an example, for this build, because bearing in mind, it's a sneak build that also uses illusion. Vampire is almost a necessity for a build like that. Then I don't need to worry about the cannibalism side. Possibly. One of the things I don't like is having to keep up with a billion and one different super specialized buffs for one thing or another. That's one of the reasons that I don't do a ton of alchemy on my characters. So I want to play a character, I don't want to micromanage them. Whereas if you play Dunmer, bearing in mind I'm using, what was it, Imperius, the race overhaul mod. Imperius adds in a couple of little bounty things that you can do as a Dark Elf. Where your character basically gets some whispers and gets told to go and kill someone. Now, by default, that's set up so that it's legal kills only. So you won't be told to go and kill something that will give you a bounty. You know, I might go Dark Elf. Yeah. I just like the idea a bit more. I'm still thinking. I know I'm weird. So if I decided to go Ohmsrat, I wouldn't be able to do vampirism because there are glitches with it that I don't want to deal with. I don't want to spend hours trying to fix them just because I want to play a specific character. So I might avoid that. I don't really find normal human races that interesting these days. Like, the closest that I'll go to for a normal human is probably a Breton. Oh god, what the fuck happened to your face? Play Scald. What the fuck? The face morphs are all broken. Great. Okay, fine. As I said, gonna have to pop out and back in again. Sorry about this, guys. You know what? Bugger it. I want to go for a kind of a pyromancer character, but I'm not sure what race I would want to go for that. Oh my god, what the fuck? What the fuck, game? Why are you... It's like the first Red Guard appearance that I get. It's weird. I don't know why, it just looks weird. I mean, what the hell is wrong with her face? I mean, I know I can literally go to, for an example... I don't know, Yuki's face. Oh, that's the fucking drow version. Whoops, my bad. Ugh, don't tell one of the guys that normally comes to my streams. Fine, I'll try fucking Red Guard. Hang on, let me just have a quick look at stream chats from yesterday. I'm just trying to think of the potential idea because I'm actually thinking I kind of want to try like a pyromancer build rather than a assassin. Still using the same outfit because, you know, first of all the outfit looks insane and I love it. But I want to. What? I don't remember what have we got for Red Guards. Oh shit, they're all combat. That doesn't surprise me. So we got amazing one-handed light armor, good archery and block and smithing. Must admit, I never use smithing, so that would be wasted for me. You know, I'll try Red Guard, but I want to give them my own unique spin on them. Go for a bit more. I tell you what I could do. Oh, that might work actually. Now that I think about it, appearance-wise. I know I'm stuck in the appearance menu again, sorry. It's just how I am. Fucking hell, where is it? Okay, how is that anywhere near cute? Some of my naming schemes are terrible. What the hell am I doing? Yeah, I'm trying to find an appearance that will work. It might, or what I want. That's always been my problem when it comes to making new characters. I don't really mind about what kind of class I play, unless it's a warrior. Those kind of ones that are the ones that I tend to avoid because I just don't find them interesting. But most other things, I'm pretty happy to try. Nope. Why not? Funnily enough, I actually find this, so for those wondering, this is Copilot. I actually find Copilot really helpful when I'm trying to come up with a character design. Let's do that. Well, Dispel's race would work well with the Pyromancer class. Oh, hey, look! Not Red God. That's surprising. Dark Elves because of their natural fire resistance. Cool. Bretons, for their well-known magic resistance, can still be potent in pyromancers due to their innate magic bonuses and affinity for spell casting. Cool. Obviously High Elves, because High Elves are good at everything magic, because reasons. Imperial's balanced stats allow versatility and mods or alternate character builds, and Imperial Pyromancer might blend war tactics with fire magic. Okay. I'm now trying to decide, do I actually want to go for a Pyromancer? Because here's the thing. Magic builds, especially in Skyrim, are not that fun when you get into it. You get to a certain point and they're just like, yay, you've got fire magic up the wazoo and you're tearing things apart. And I must admit, I personally prefer to keep a bit of danger in my builds. I don't want them to be brutally overpowered. Keep her looking like that for a sec. Groove. It's the groove. Whoops. Boots, dress, hood of hair, mask. Get rid of those. Got to do that for the issue with the eyelashes. You're wondering what I mean by that. If I do this, you notice that not only the brows move, but the eyelashes move too. It's a bit glitchy, so I just max it out down to -1. Okay. That appearance has potential. Okay. Might actually have to go and look through those deleted saves for that other character at some point. Just because I want to make sure that basically I want to have both of them and then just evaluate which one I find most fun and then stick with one. Tell you what, I like the hairstyle, so I'm gonna quickly go and find out 1529. Actually, I want to try that. Imperial. There's a MLS V3, like that. Fuck me, that face is puffy. Oh god. Oh, it's probably because I designed it to work on a if I load up V2. Okay, that's better. I designed it to work on a different race. My bad. Alright, cool. So we're going to do... Okay, cool. It's annoying with this outfit, actually. I had to... Actually, it wasn't particularly annoying. I had to move the mask a bit. Because otherwise it would be, like, halfway up her eyes. Because the way that it's designed is it's designed around, like, a normal... a base game face, or not one that's got the eyes moved to the extremes of either too far up, way far up, or way far down. Which I completely get, which is absolutely fine. Right, so yeah, as before, as I've said with previous characters that I've wanted to do in the past and never completed, oops, this character is going to be what I'm going to call a challenge run. The main challenge for this is going to be quite simple. I'm not allowed armor. So my armor rating throughout the entire challenge has to stay at 0. Now, the only thing that I am allowing myself is alteration. So I can use flash spells, basically. Alright, cool. Now we do a save here. Set it to random. Actually, I'm going to do a quick save just in case, because setting it to random sometimes can work really well, and it won't be a problem. Okay, it gave me a thief skill to start. I'm going to try again. I don't really want to start off in a guild. I want to just, you know. Yeah, I don't want to start off in a guild simply because I feel like I don't think it works for my personal preference. Oh, holy shit, that's overpowered. I keep forgetting that stars like this exist in my game. I'm not gonna lie, actually, that is a bit... yeah, Merchant Start is broken. I am not doing that. I will start the game eventually, I promise. Merchant Start is overpowered.
Speak.
Straight up, so I'm not going to do that. Oh god, it's going to change my gear again. Why? I don't want my gear changed. I have gear that I like. College of Winterhold. Okay. I mean, College of Winterhold's not bad. Means I start off the college questline pretty early. You know what? I'm going to try one more time. One more time, and whatever happens, I stick with it. I promise. Randomize. My gear's changed again. Ruh-roh.
Hold it. If you're going downstairs, keep your weapons to yourself. Or head on in and behave yourself.
What start is this? Oh. I don't want to interact too heavily with this place simply because, you know, it's the vampire. It's the Volkihard quest lines starting out. Like, first quest, so I'm just like, do I really want to mess with this place? Not overly.
And what might you need?
Mine. Well, looks like they may have already had the same idea as I had. Do I have any debuffs? I don't. Wow, that's surprising. Copper chain necklace. Ancient ring. Oh! I've got a whole bunch of teleport scrolls. Nice. Alright, I'm gonna get out of here because this place is depressing AF. Nah, not worth it to try and steal from him. I mean, considering my current lack of anything, yeah, not worth it. Here we go.
Help! I'm getting out of here.
What's that pussy talking about? Right, where are we gonna go? I'm not sure. Unless Lost Tongue, don't care about that. Probably be a good idea to go to a town of some sort and collect a missive or two, because I didn't start off with extra money. I only have the 133 that's in my bag. Which, don't get me wrong, is better than nothing, but it's far cry from anything. I can't think. I'm not sure if I want to limit myself any further, but there is the possibility of making it so that I'm not allowed to go for normal physical weapons, apart from like daggers. I mean, for the time being, I could go for either build as this character. So you want flames, raise zombie on 4, calm on 3. I think we're good. Alright, let's have a look, see around. Where the bloody hell am I? Right. There's a bandit camp right next to me. In the fort, if I can find it. Nope, that's the wrong way. Which is just over this hill. Question is, do I see if I can stab a few of those idiots? And get some stuff that I can sell off? Yeah, let's try that. Probably be the best thing to do. Never mind his father's tooth. There's literally like no way in. Unless I go in the normal way, the normal entrance. Horse can't wait. Oh yeah, I've got a mod on which Basically, it stops bandits from being absolute berserkers and constantly going after you for no apparent reason. Need to do the same thing for the Imperial Legion, I swear to God. Of course I can't calm, fuck's sake. And bye-bye. Well, that's worth a nice pet. And I will take that. I will take the extra dagger. Yo, fuck it, let's pick it up so I can sell it. Ooh, I have a level up. Yay! Oh, I'm balanced. Of course I am. I'm Imperial. Couple of points in my Magicka, and bung one into illusion. I think one into alteration. Hello.
Hey, I didn't ask you to magic me.
I'm warning you, back off.
Hi.
Never should have come here.
Ow. That was a stupid idea. Ow. Oi, stop blocking me, you idiot. Oh, for God's sake, not a bloody orc with maces. They are overpowered. They are ridiculously overpowered. They do so much damage that you're just like, what in the fuck? I'm sorry, but that is dumb. I'll tell you what, let's get my magic set up again. So, you know, I'm gonna do con 4, raise 3, names 2. I'll do for the sec. And because it's annoying, I have to swap to the other outfit again. Right. That's House the Thief. Where are we going? I want to go back to Folder's Tooth. Mainly because I want to see if I can get some gear so that I can sell it off. I kind of want to go for what do you call it? I want to see if there's a good alteration spell for unlocking doors and that kind of stuff. I know that there's one in the mods that I'm using, but I can't remember. It might work like the Oblivion system, if I remember correctly, where basically your alteration has to be the same level as the lock is. So novice is like level 5. Apprentice is level 25. Blah 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 blah. So the only thing I didn't like about the Oblivion implementation of that was the fact that you had to have multiple different spells for it rather than it just being one spell that constantly got updated. That's what I would have much preferred personally. And glitchy normal maps again. Seems to happen with transparent or semi-transparent outfit parts. It's really irritating. You often have no idea how to fix it. Maybe over here. Another dagger. Rank.
Back off. Back off.
Let's do this again. Do my alteration and illusion. Goodbye. Okay, Pit Wolf doesn't like me. That's fine, I guess. Oh, come on, really? Hey, there we go. Good boy. Oh, oh, ow. Oh, great, I don't have the magic for it. Whoop. Right, fine. What just happened?
That's close enough.
Alright, fine.
Ain't this a surprise?
What the? Rude. Knock it off. Douchebag.
No rough stuff. Just take it.
Yep. I'm gonna get myself into trouble if I stay around here too long. Go away. That's my frame rate in. It's not doing too bad. It's high 50s currently. Iverstead or Riften? Which one am I closest to? Not by much, Riften. Fair enough. I forgot to sort out the hairstyle. Whoops. Oh well. I don't actually mind this hairstyle. It is a little floaty though. Oh, hello. Okay. Yeah, I've been meaning to rerun VRAM for Skyrim at some point soon. Actually, no, I thought I did it recently. I can't remember. I'd have to double check. Oh boy. Nope, go away. Tell you one really cool thing you can do with JK's Riften. Really quick and simple way of skipping the gate thing. Well, there's two ways of doing it, really. You can either walk straight in this entrance, or you can go up here. Okay, cool. If I wanted to use the sword, I can just pick up a blade sword up here. Because reasons. I don't remember who made this mod. Clash. I believe that it was added in with one. I can't remember what mod it was added in with. This is the animated traversal one, the one that allows you to like climb up parts of buildings with all those ramps outside. I believe so. Yeah, I think so. The only annoying thing about it is it's got its own soundtrack inside the living space, and personally I'm not a fan of it, especially when I'm streaming, because that seems to be the main point that I go into it, and I already have music on for the stream, so I'm just kind of like, great, okay, fine. So I might see if I can find a way to turn it off. Whoops. There's a bit of a glitch. Apparently you can phase through certain meshes up there. Yeah, that sprint stop mod I might turn off, just because it's not... It works, but it's not brilliant. You know what, let's do that quickly. There it is, dynamic sprint stop. Cool idea, but it just doesn't really work for what I want. Yeah, whilst I'm out of game, I'm going to do a little thing and I'm going to have a quick look-see over on the Nexus for anything particularly interesting. Hit marker? Really? Alright, fine. A bit odd, but okay. Yeah, body slide preset. Bit of jewelry. Not a huge amount. Okay, that's fine. Oh yeah, I got that new ghost mod installed. Oh, new saber. Screeny, cool. Yeah, scary ghosts. Found this on the stream. It was either last night or it was Wednesday, I can't remember which. Basically what this mod does is it basically makes ghosts immune to almost all damage apart from like Daedric, Silver and Dragonbone weapons and most artifact weapons. So if you're using any normal weapon, it's not going to do anything to it. So at some point I do need to test that out. I'm not sure when though. So I don't know of any places that have ghosts in them, at least not at the moment. Can't think of any. Or maybe that Ingvild place. But I think I've cleared it out on Aristiel, so I wouldn't be able to do it on her. At least not for the time being. I think I'll just have to try it out at a later point. And honestly, it's only taken up one ESP slot, so I don't think it's going to be that much of a big deal. Skyrim should be waking back up, hopefully. Yes, it is. Sometimes you can't tell. So yeah, my plans for tonight just kind of went out the window. I was originally planning on going on and doing something else, like a different game, just as a bit of a break from Skyrim. But honestly, I would look through my game list this afternoon, and I was just like, I'm not really that interested in other games at the moment. Of course the list of spawn is empty. Here we go. Devil weapon, hunt, collect, gather. Nothing helpful.
I'm really getting tired. When you borrowed the money, you said you could pay back on time. The government was free. I was like, next time, keep your plans quieter. And
Yeah,
nothing
guards are a lot more dangerous than they used to be. Got them with crossbows now.
look sharp, last warning. Pay up or all I care about is the gold.
In some ways, a crossbow makes more sense than a normal bow. Just simply because a bow you have to train for most of your life to use well. Because you didn't have sights for them back in these days, like back in the medieval periods, you didn't have anything like that. It was mostly instinctual shooting. Like, you'd line up the back end of the bolt with the front end of the bolt as basically your aiming. And then if someone was a bit further away, you just aim a little bit further above their head.
Looking for a place to stay? Show me some coin. Otherwise, hit the road.
I'd like to rent a room.
Sure thing. It's yours for a day. I'll show you town. Right this way.
Okay.
Let me know if there's anything else you need.
Okay, so what are we gonna do?
All the blood. The smell of flesh. Ah.
My skill in battle is unmatched. Fortunately for you, that skill can be bought.
Another time, perhaps.
If you change your mind, seek me out here.
Oh, thief. Shit. Alright, is that vampire just going to stand there, or...
All the blood. The smell of flesh.
Oh yeah. She's exactly what I think she is.
Be careful, you fool.
I was hoping that that might
I don't know you.
knock her into moving.
For trouble.
What's it to you?
Don't say something you'll regret. Last thing the Blackbriars need is some loudmouth trying to meddle in their affairs.
Who are the Blackbriars?
The Blackbriars have Riften in their pocket and the Thieves Guild watching their back, so keep your nose out of their business. Me, I'm Maul. I watch the streets for them. If you need dirt on anything, I'm your guy.
I'll just stay
But
out of
it'll
your
cost
way.
you. Suit yourself. I'll be at the...
I'm gonna try something. Sometimes, if you disable and re-enable them, they'll start moving again and just go back around their path.
Pick up the coin. Come to us.
All the blood. The smell. Is someone there? Please. Someone there.
Yeah. Ah, bollocks. Now I'm gonna be
Be careful.
wanted, aren't I? She was a vampire! That's the entire point! Ah, report the vampire's death to the vigilance. Okay, cool. Let's go do that. Let them clear up.
Fine. If you won't listen to me, I'll find someone who will.
Report death to Vigilant of Stendar. Oh, to a Vigilant of Stendar. And of course it's saying go up to Dawnstar. Did I? War, Markarth, Rift and Whiterun. I'm not close on any of those, so...
Need a ride?
I'd like to hire your carriage.
Where do you want to go?
Dawnstar.
Climb and back. We'll be off. You ever met one of them cats? The sheep. There's whole countries full of them down south.
Ignorant Nord. Never been a fan of the Nords. Always thought they're ridiculously ignorant. Like, to the point where it's absolutely insane. I mean, I guess they're... I'd be willing to at least hope that most of them can read. It just seems a little... Especially a carriage driver. Now, if it was like just a normal farmer or something like that, then I might make a bit of an exception and be like, oh yeah, that would probably make sense. But a carriage driver? Don't buy it. Oh shit. That's one of Attaco's Daedra. And those things are horrifying. They do a lot of damage. I feel like the Vigilance base isn't falling apart. For once. Ah, it's because I'm not level 10 yet.
You speak to a vigilant of Stendhal. Cavort with any Daedra. We will hunt you
The
down.
vampire terrorizing the rift is dead.
Excellent. You've done us a great service. Here is your reward.
Oh, a whole bunch of spells. Nice.
Stendar be with you.
I'm gonna check something. As you know, the Vigilant of Stendar home base is not falling apart and not absolutely demolished by vampires. Oh, Adric Scepter. Nice weapon. Really nice weapon, I must admit.
Stendar's mercy be upon you, for the vigil has none to spare.
Oh. That's always something that bothered me about the destroyed version of this place. Obviously, it's open world because, you know, that's just how it works. But the one thing I really didn't like about it is the fact that this basement doesn't exist. Because the destroyed quote-unquote inn model, which is what the Vigilance Hall is based on, does not have a basement. So basically you can no longer access this place, which is kind of weird. So I'm going to make sure that I have a save here. Because I want to have a look. Hall of Vigilant 01. Okay, cool. Because usually that name in save files of where you are is also the COC code. So if you're using, if you're doing modding and that kind of stuff and you're making a new cell, but you haven't found a way of linking it to the main world. You basically put in the cell name. You type in COC and then the cell name, and it's usually something along the lines of like something along this lines. So in this case, it's Hall of the Vigilant 01. Every word is capitalized, but there's obviously no spaces because in coding, it doesn't. At least from what I remember, it's not a big fan of spaces. So you just you either put a dash in there, an underscore, or you just combine all the words into one long word, basically. You know what? Just because I want to know whether it works. I want to quit to the main menu. Now, it works sometimes, but it doesn't work all the time. Sometimes it's not actually that. It's really weird. So if I do COC, Hall of the Vigilant 01, it does work. Oh, and it crashed. Oh, probably because I opened my inventory too quickly. That's probably why. Okay, cool. This is really useful because there are some mods that came out years ago that added in like all kinds of really cool looking Vigilant armor sets and that kind of stuff. And in order for you to be able to get them, you'd either have to craft them or you'd have to go to a specific location to go and pick them up. Now, these outfits came out before even Dawn Guard came out, so they didn't know that Bethesda were going to destroy the Hall of the Vigilance and have it so that that the interior cell isn't accessible anymore. Luckily, when they made Dawn Guard, they didn't delete the interior cell, so you can still access it via the console commands, which is so nice. It's always a nice thing to see in games. It's like one of my favorite things to watch whenever I'm just watching things on my own is exploration videos of like old MMOs and that kind of stuff. More particularly for me, it's of course World of Warcraft, because I am a big World of Warcraft fan. I've always loved that game. And I must admit, I much prefer classic WoW to the current main version. Oh, cool. Someone modified Serana's hood to have hair. That needs to happen more often, in my opinion. I tell you what, though, I do need to. I made a fairly basic outfit replacer for Serana, but I must admit, this new Grievous Rose outfit, I think that would work really well for Serana. Might have to do that at some point then. But I have to remove my replacer. Which I can't remember which mod I put that into. It's either in my Ghost Clothes or my Ghost Attire mod. Can't remember. Oh, I think I'm definitely going to start playing Aristiel again, though. I had this goal in mind when I first created Aristiel. So the character that you guys just saw is my background. I had this goal with her because I wanted to do Unslad, which is one of the boss mod / story mods that came out years and years ago. It's really good. I really personally love it. I had the idea to actually do it on her because I thought I want to see what happens if I play a Frost Mage and do that. Because a lot of the bad guys in that use Frost abilities. So I was just kind of like, okay, how screwed am I actually going to be? Hopefully not at all, but you know. I've already had ideas to do possible retextures of this outfit at some point. Not sure when, but I have the idea in the back of my head, so I'm going to look into it. Okay. Skyrim, are you just being a douche for no apparent reason tonight? Well, you've worked up to that point, so excuse me. Yeah, it works up to that point, so I can't think of any reason why it wouldn't. What? You know, sometimes it's a good idea to just restart Mod Organizer. Just in case. Ah, good to know. Thank God the auto moderator's working, because otherwise we would have had a bot message in chat. Really nice if I could get rid of those, but sadly they are a pain in the ass, and I'm genuinely surprised that these Stream Boo ones haven't been like completely banned. But I guess I'll just have to keep banning their asses every time they crop up in my chat. Oh well. I'll tell you what. What do we got? What do we at? I might go and swap to Aristiel for a little while. Once I can make sure that this character can get out of this bloody area. It would suck if she was stuck in there for ages. You know, just making a new character and within like an hour of starting playing her, can't play it. That would really suck. I have ideas to come up with some more necklaces and jewelry and that kind of stuff for my characters. So I might work on them over the weekend and show you guys on Monday. But I might also see if I can set them up later on. I tell you what, before I go out there, I want to double check something. I can't remember the name of a hairstyle that I liked and I've really kind of wanted to have as part of this hood mashup that I've been playing around with. Now, I could go for that. Like the Lynn hair. What I was thinking... maybe that one. But that would require a fair bit of sculpting to make it work properly. But if I didn't have to do that, I could use one of these. Maybe. Or... where is it? It's in here somewhere. There it is. I could use these. But this is from the Valina hairstyle. Alright. I want to try that. Let's do that before I start doing anything else. But seriously, come on game, let me out. Right, I think I know what I'm gonna do. Move myself out of the way of the vigilant, and then we're gonna go to... I'll do white robe for the time being. The reason I moved out of the way of the Vigilant is because that spell has an area of effect capability, so I think it's designed so that you can basically take your companion or companions and your horse with you at the same time.
Well, sounds like you've had quite the journey. You were gone long. I got to meet you.
Alright.
You weren't coming back.
Right, so what we're gonna do... Uh-oh. What the shit? Mod Organizer, I wasn't even doing anything. What the shit? It's a bit of software, man. Piece of junk. Looks alright most of the time, but then occasionally it just gives me the middle finger. Basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to find that hairstyle. And then I'm going to basically cut it down and add it to that hood. As I say, it's not going to be physics enabled. I want it to be static, at least for the time being, because I'd basically have to find a way to do like an artificial version of this hood. That acts as a collision box for it. So if I had the two tails in here, they wouldn't be able to go out beyond the borders of the hood, is the thought. Gonna give it a mo longer. Video has so what I do whenever I want to add something in, and there's a ton of parts like this one, is I click on it and hide it. And I do it with all the items that I want. Tell you what, let me hide the hood. If I get rid of those, that's that part. Holy shit, there's a ton of parts. Right, so okay. That's basically what I want. Alright, cool. If I do that, that shouldn't look too bad, honestly. Okay, get rid of those. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna do exactly the same thing as I did earlier. I'm gonna go over all the parts that I can see. I'm gonna go and invert. That'll do. Maybe a little bit more. Yeah, let's do that. So what you do now is you delete the extra vertices. Oh, there's that crown bit. We don't actually need. So if I do that, and grab these parts, I can just hide them underneath the hood. The other way is to expand the hood, but I personally prefer not to do that because it can just cause issues, and I don't care for issues. I just want something to work, and I want it to work quickly, basically. Alright, that should work. Would be nice, though, to change the colour of these. I'm gonna try changing the cube map to like Peacekeeper or something like that. Oh, that's a bit better. Alright, let's try that. Okay, why are all these parts? Oh, I wonder. Oh, was this of the wig instead of the actual hairstyle? Doesn't really matter. It's not that many parts, luckily. I'll do this as V3 because I don't want to overwrite the other one because I know that the other one works. And I don't know whether this one will work, so I want one that's guaranteed to work, so I can just go from there. So let up V3. It's gonna look a bit weird in there. Not a big issue. because when you load it up in game, you can have a big fat character head in the way. Might have to call it a little bit early tonight, so I'm probably going to go until about 10:30-ish. Because my eyes are playing up a little bit. No, my luck, as soon as I finish the stream, they're going to feel fine again. I'm going to be like, oh, why the hell did I have to end so early? No idea. As occasionally, I guess. I think she's got her head up. Hope she does. Ooh, that hairstyle might have physics still. I hope not, but it might. I'll have to have a look at it when I get in game.
You sound like my mom. Figured I was lying dead in the field somewhere. Is that it?
Thought the beat crossed my mind. War, talk of Orion and Helden, not now jesters. Skyrim's gone mad. Careful.
Careful.
Okay, it does work.
I'll remember.
I think I'm gonna have to just tweak them back a little bit. Yeah, because as you can see, if I do this, I turn on my camera mode. Yeah, I had to pull my character's head back a bit. Because the default position is obviously automatically overwritten by the physics engine. Because you know, it'll be moving. Like, for an example, if I take the hood off, I go to the physics enabled one. They're moving all over the place. Whereas with this, they're in a one static position. And I want it to be visible all the time. So it works, but it needs a little tweaking. So what I'm thinking is if I go to that, and what I'm going to do is this. Maybe not that far up. Actually, no, that far up's fine. I'm going to adjust them. Oops. They do that to me. Do what I've done in the past of outfit parts. So now if I turn the model for the hood back on, instead of the braids being down here, down closer to the mesh, they're more up here, and they look like they're floating a bit, but in game it'll look fine. Alright, now that we saved that. I mean, yeah, I could have put in I could have used physics, but the problem, as I said before, the problem would be they'd be going all over the place because the physics are... Physics is great, but it works best, at least in my opinion, on super short or super long hairstyles. Like, if you want it, or say you've got a backpack and you've got a bunch of items hanging off of it and you want to add physics to those, it's perfect for that kind of stuff. But for some reason, like intermediate lengths like this, it kind of works. It's not perfect. But here's the thing, I have seen just as bad, if not worse, physics implementations in full games. And I'm not kidding. in some ways, what they could do with doing, in my opinion, is they could do with having it like an animation rather than a physics system. So for an example, say your character's swaying left and right a bit and they've got hair coming down on either side. Have it so that it's reacting slowly to the character's facial movements, well, to the entire movement of the head, but don't have it so that it's super noticeable in some cases, because in that case it actually works better. And if you're applying it to robes and that kind of stuff, sometimes it can look really good, sometimes it can look really bad. Like, for an example, one of the examples that I'd love to give is Din's Meriden dress. Because that thing's got so many parts, and it's using moving parts as a collision model, it doesn't glitch out as frequently. No, there are points where it does glitch out. Like, for an example, if your character's riding a horse, it'll glitch out completely, and it'll look really weird. Which is where, bearing in mind, I don't have experience with physics engines, but I would have some way of turning off the physics in that kind of situation. So it goes back to following your character's legs or whatever it's following.
Sound like my mom. Figured out.
Oh, here we go. Oh, they built it, didn't they?
Careful. Thanks, Skullbar. I'll remember.
Tell you what, so I can't. If I do. If I just disable the seamless varied feminine idols, these ones. Yeah, that works fairly well. Any other way that I could think of doing this that wouldn't be too intrusive would be one of them. Another hairstyle by Din has got a similar braid, but it's a fairly short one. It comes basically from up here and goes down to like about here. So I could try and figure out a way of hiding that inside of the hood. And that could work as well. But yeah, the most believable with these hooded hairs, as people call them, is either very little and just enough to notice, or a lot to often hide the crimes of modifying and tweaking hairstyles. But yeah, for the time being, this one's fine. I might do some more tweaking to it, but
Fortune smiles upon this meeting.
What have you got for sale?
Take a look.
Chill's battle axe. Tell you what. Yeah, I'll sell the pearl ones. Can keep those for me. Ooh, the ruby will sell for a good bit. Cool.
May your road lead you to warm sands.
Oh yeah, I recently figured out a way to do a fairly simple texture file replacer. I was kind of impressed actually. Although I should have already guessed that it would work. Basically, I have this necklace that I designed for one of my characters. Who I don't actually have a copy of at the moment, but anyway, details. It's either going to be this character or that character, basically, when it comes to what characters I make over the next little while. So yeah, I had this idea to make a necklace that was designed to hide vampire bite marks. Like, for an example, say your character gets bit on the neck and becomes a vampire. Lore-wise, in a lot of films, games, TV shows, books, those original vampire bite marks don't disappear. They stay there forever. They don't. The idea is that they don't fully heal. They look like how some scars look when they don't heal properly, and there's like a bit of a dent there. It's missing under flesh and all that kind of stuff. So the idea was, okay, how would one of my characters, let's just say they're from a noble background, how would they hide that? Well, they'd probably wear a scarf or something. And I thought, well, what if I made it into a bit of jewelry? And I don't have it on this character. But I believe I don't. No, I don't have it on Aristiel, but I'm still going to go on her. Just because Aristiel's awesome, and I love her. She's just one of my favourite characters that I've ever played. I don't know why, actually. I was kind of like... I was trying to think of that at one point recently. I was just like, okay, why do I keep thinking about this character? It's not because I have her as my background. Well, not purely. Why do I like playing this character so much? I think it's just because I enjoyed playing her, honestly. And it was one of the first characters that I actually kind of went out of my way to give a more custom outfit. So yeah, this is Aristiel. I didn't install a mod for this, but she is supposed to be a snow elf. Here it is. So if I put that on... So the idea is it's supposed to be a pretty bit of jewelry that's also designed to hide vampire bite marks. That was the entire idea behind it. And it kind of works, honestly. I mean, I haven't got the bite marks on this character yet, but just because I haven't modified it into the character's preset, but... I really liked the idea, so I thought, and I thought of this whilst I was making a character. I just thought, okay, so how am I going to incorporate this, and why would the character be wearing it? It's clearly not purely for fashion, it's for other things as well as fashion. So when I was designing the character that I do want to play still, but I'm still trying to figure out a way to do it without it being too weird. The idea was, well, what if... Well, let me go back a bit further because this will actually need a bit more backstory to it. The idea originally was I was going to make a ghost character. A character that had died and their soul had never crossed into Aetherius or a Daedric realm or wherever. So I thought, okay, how am I going to get this to work in-game? So I thought, what if she bound herself to a body? Doesn't really matter what kind of body. It could be just a normal living human, or an elf, or whatever. Or it could be to an undead of some sort. And I thought, okay, this idea might work. And I thought, okay, what if, hypothetically, the character bound themselves to a vampire? Would they be able to control the vampire? And then I came up with a couple of story reasons as to why they'd be able to control the vampire. One of them was, like, as if instead of, like, the two minds melding into one, it was basically the ghost going scorched earth and destroying the presence of the vampire and taking over the body. It's almost like with a droid from Star Wars, like erasing their programming and putting in an entirely new operating system, I guess. Is about the best way I can describe it. But with a fantasy setting with fantasy characters. And I really love the idea, but I just haven't gotten around to getting it to work. I want to get it to work, it's just frustratingly hard for me to figure out how to get it to work. And I'll tell you what, I'm really loving this appearance for Aristiel. She's gone through, like, I want to say 3, maybe 4 different appearances altogether. The original one, which my backgrounds on my computer are based on. And then, of course, I did a few tweaks to that one to make it work better. And then I did a more cutesy one because I just felt like it for a little while. I was just like, yeah, I'm going to play around and see if I can make her cutesy. And funnily enough, it kind of worked. And I was just like, this is oddly awesome and oddly weird at the same time. I was kind of like, how can this character be both cutesy and sort of scary at the same time? That does not make sense to me. But it worked. And then we now have this version, who's... I must admit, I took a preset that I made fairly recently and then gave her Aristiel's skin tone, her colours, that kind of stuff, and then modified it to work better for my liking. And it's working very well. I'm quite happy. But yeah, thinking of this ghost character that I want to do, I'm still not sure whether I want it to be evil or good. Because I'm not sure which way would work better. Because in some ways, evil would work better, because then you have more freedom to do practically what you like. But in other ways, I've played quote-unquote evil characters, Volkihar vampire characters, quite a lot, and I'm not sure if I want to continue on with that route for the time being. But yeah, I'm definitely thinking of it. I want to get it to work. I really do. Actually, I tell you what. I actually came up with a few designs fairly recently. No, how's about literally last night? Oh, is that the only one that I saved? Well, I saved more. Huh, okay, fine. Weird. So this is a design for possibly that character. So yeah, I'm actually quite happy with it so far. I'm obviously going to have to... I'm never going to be able to fully recreate this. That's the problem. That's one problem that I will always find annoying, because, you know, it'll never work. Because, you know, half of what's going on with this picture is the art style. Like, I don't think I'll ever be able to get this kind of face to work properly in Skyrim. It just won't look good for one reason or another. Whether it be to do with shadows or to do with just Bethesda's systems. Something along those lines, usually. But yeah, this is giving me a good general idea of how I want the character to look. So yeah, this is all bits and pieces that have been running through my head, and I've been trying to do my best to make them work, I guess, is about the best way I can describe it. Oh yeah, and this was one where I was trying to make more ideas for the ghostly character. Obviously, it starts off with literally a ghost, so in this case, this one. And then I told it to make them character look less ghostly, and honestly, out of the lot of them so far, the one that I like the most is possibly... I think probably this one. So yeah, I've got some ideas that I need to work through and figure out. But anyway, guys and girls, I think I'm going to call it here for tonight, because honestly, I don't feel like I've got much more in the way of content that I can do tonight. So I'm going to need to do some real hard thinking over the next couple of days and figure out what I can do in Skyrim. Because it might come to that point where I'm just like, well, I need to start working on something else. Maybe even... I've talked about this several times in the past, where I've got a fascination with building games, but I've never been able to actually dedicate the time to actually do it. So what I want to do is I want to have a look at possibly designing an area from what I've come up with in stories with the help of the AI to describe an area of a fantasy world that I came up with. It was the idea was to build literally a haunted city, because I don't know why, but ever since I watched, what would it be, Return of the King? Yeah, probably Return of the King, with the ghosts in their mountainous city area. I loved the idea of that. I thought it looked really cool. And then I started watching Critical Role a few years ago. I actually need to go back and rewatch some of those. Yeah, I probably might restart Campaign 3, actually, now that I think about it. Because I'm so far behind that I actually kind of want to just re-go over it. But in Campaign 1, they go back to Whitestone, which is a beautiful, massive city, but it's been taken over by a necromancer and a vampire and all of their minions. And I just loved the aesthetic of it in the series, and I was just like, I'd love to do that in a game. I'd love to have that in a game, rather than just, oh hey look, burnt down city, and it's not much. Helgen, I'm looking at you. I always look at Helgen in Skyrim, like the base game Skyrim, and I'm just like, this is too small. One thing, it's too small to be a city. It's too small to be a town. And it's not really big enough to be a village. I guess that's because of the game engine and all that lot, but it was kind of boring to me. You just go up to it after the dragon attack, and it's just got a few bandits in it. You're just like, oh great, it's just like a bandit fort that might be maybe slightly bigger. And I must admit, that always annoyed me. I was always like, this is kind of crap. I'd want something way bigger than that. So yeah, maybe over the next few days, maybe a week or so, I kind of want to come up with an idea for a proper haunted city. Maybe something a bit like the Dark End mod for Skyrim. Possibly. But anyway, folks, thank you all for listening to me rambling and coming up with ideas and testing things out. I'm kind of glad that we actually managed to do the hood tonight. That kind of works really well. I might come up with a couple more ideas for it. Not 100% sure just yet, but I have something in the back of my head that's going, I wonder if this would work. And that's a very dangerous thing for my mind to do, because then we'll go off on a tangent, and another tangent, and another tangent. That's just one of the things that my head does. But anyway, guys, thank you all very much for watching. Feel free to follow if you haven't already. Like, subscribe, and all that wonderful stuff over on YouTube. Just as a quick update, I haven't actually got it set up on Twitch yet, but on YouTube, if you look in the description, we've got all my social medias and all that kind of stuff. And there is also an extra link through Stream Elements, which is a dono link. As I've said many times before, when it comes to donations and that kind of stuff, do not ever feel like you have to. If you want to, that's fantastic. If you don't want to, that's also absolutely fine. You do you. My point is, it's there for if you want to. Thank you very much if you do, and if you don't worry about it. The best thing that you guys can do is keep watching me. Subscribe on YouTube, follow on Twitch, and just come and watch me on the streams. I do want to possibly sort out something on YouTube. I have some ideas, but I'm not 100% sure on them just yet, so I will let you guys know as soon as I can sort that out. I kind of want to do a bit of a lore series on my characters, like the characters that I build using AI, and expand them so that there's enough there to obviously to make a video on, and maybe even take some of the ideas that you guys come up with, and we can maybe even start making our own setting, our own world. I think that'd be kind of cool to do, actually. So yeah, as I said, thank you all very much for watching, and I will see you on Monday. So good night, stay safe, have fun, I'll see you on Monday. Bye folks.